So welcome to the webinar. So we'll start off with the meditation. So whenever you're ready, just close your eyes, sit back and relax. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. One more deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Rotate your shoulders backwards and forwards. Rotate your neck, left to right, right to left. And just sit back and relax. Bring your focus and attention to your feet. Feel the temperature of the floor, of the room, the air, the wind against your feet. And imagine this wind is white light traveling up your feet, up your legs. Feel a cool breeze traveling up your legs, up your knees, allow it to unlock your knees. Allow it to release any heaviness. So here, just take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, exhale through your mouth, as though you're releasing the tension from your knees. One more time, breathe in and exhale through your mouth. And shift your awareness to your thighs. Your hips, bottom of your spine. And visualize your tailbone or the bottom of your spine. Imagine it's right in front of you. Zoom in on it, expand it so that you can fully see your tailbone. And I want you to imagine you are slowly touching that tailbone through the skin into the bone. And just experience what you're sensing there. What are you feeling there? What energy, what vibration, what temperature, what emotion is stored in that tailbone? Feel it in your body. Now I want you to just take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, Imagine all of this energy just breathing out of you. Breathe in and exhale through your mouth. Bring your awareness up your spine. Imagine this air traveling up your spine. Your middle back, your lungs. You can allow yourself to imagine the air is traveling in the bones, your ribs, the discs in your spine, the vertebrae. Bring your awareness to your chest. Your throat, the bottom of your throat. The gap between your chest and your throat, where your thymus lies. Just focus, see, feel, sense. What are you experiencing there? What emotions? This is where you store anything that you hold back, anything that you don't want to talk about. Any resentment, any anger, anything that you imagine yourself saying and explaining to someone else, but you hold back. So just focus. Some of you, it's filled with very heavy energy. So I want you to imagine this light swirling around your thymus and the bottom of your throat. Allow it to swirl like a vortex, spinning faster and faster in any direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Engulfing that energy, engulfing that vibration, everything that you haven't spoken of, that you wanted to say. And I want you to tell yourself it was never meant to be spoken. It was meant for my personal reflection. I see myself. I hear myself. And I surrender to my own voice, to my own truth. Just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine this vortex just exiting your body through your mouth. Breathe it out. Take another deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. One more deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And relax. Now bring your focus and attention to your cheeks, your teeth, your eyes. Allow this light to travel up your face. Allow this light to travel higher and higher into your forehead, the space between your eyebrows, into your third eye chakra. Activating your sense of intuition, allowing you to surrender to the darkness, surrender to not knowing what's next. And surrender to knowing what is necessary, what is healthy for you. Now I want you to breathe in. As you breathe in, imagine light entering from outside into your forehead. Light or air. And as you exhale, let it exit from the back of your head. Breathe in from the back of your head into your forehead. And as you exhale, allow this light to exit from the front of your head. So it goes back and forth. Breathe in and exhale. So it's going to look like a pendulum. Breathe in and exhale. Allow the light to enter from the front of your forehead into the back. Allow it to exit the back. And as you breathe in, allow the light to enter from the back of your head. And as you exhale, allow it to exit from the forehead into the front. And just relax. Now shift your focus to the top of your head. And visualize a few centimeters above your head. And mark a spot there, like a dot, an imaginary dot. From this point, you can see everything. You can see how you're doing. You can see who you're connected to. Who are you receiving your insights from? Is it from source directly? Is it someone else's opinions? So imagine you're out of your body and you can look down at your body. And you can see a lot of these ropes, these attachments. Be open to what you're seeing. Look down at yourself and look around you. Scan the area, scan the room. And see what's good for you. What's actually blocking you? What's keeping you stuck? What's keeping you confused? Whatever is keeping you stuck is in your immediate environment. Maybe you have cords attached to your heart, your stomach, your legs, your feet, your knees, your back. Something's holding you back. Someone is holding you back. Someone's opinions, something you heard, something you watched. You don't have to know or understand anything. If you are seeing anything attached to any part of your body, except the top of your head, I want you to imagine a sword of light coming down from the top and simply cutting those attachments, those cords. very easily and very effortlessly. You can also imagine you're cutting it with scissors. You can imagine yourself pulling them out of your body. I'm going to send these to the light with your permission. So in your mind, just give me a yes. Thank you. So when we send these to the light, nothing can enter your field unless it's filtered by source, by the highest truth. Now I want you to imagine looking up. You're at that focal point, that dot above your head. Look up and witness light entering from the heavens, from source, directly into your body. It passes you. It engulfs you, your consciousness, down into your body, all the way down your feet, into the core of the earth, grounding you. So any information you receive, anything you experience is coming directly from this energy of love, from source, from God, whatever you want to call it. It is purified. It activates you. It energizes you. And it keeps you moving. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Relax into your seat. When you're ready, rub your palms together. Place them over your eyes. Cup your eyes very gently. Blink your eyes open while your palms are over your eyes. And now you can slowly take off your palms whenever you're ready. Welcome everyone, those of you who just joined as well. How are you all feeling? The chat is open. If you want, you can unmute yourself as well. How are you all feeling today? How has your 2024 been so far? Some of you attended the manifestation workshop. Are you seeing any results? Have you been practicing? Tell me, how do you feel with the meditation? Were you able to see or connect? Yes, Namrita.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
It was very beautiful. I wanted to just share my experience with regards to the light, the pendulum thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think overall I always have an experience, but this time I'm able to put it in words in the sense when you said pendulum, I can, this side of the head, like, the right and the left, actually I could sense vibrations. I mean, it just came suddenly. There was nothing that I did, in terms of. But after this thing got over and we still went a little above, this thing started tickling and, as if we feel the palpitation, sometimes when we are. And yeah, it went away. Like I could see. So my thing is seeing the truth, the essence of the meditation that you are making us do is working at every level. But sometimes I fail myself to understand that whether it's happening not happening, oh we did this healing, but what it is. But this time I think it was the proof of the pudding, and I did feel it. So thank you for that. Thank you.
Welcome. So when that happens, when you're feeling that sensation, and from whatever you just said, um, the meditation in that area was about surrendering. You don't always have to know how things are going on. You don't always have to know why things are happening, right? So when that is the story, and you are saying that you actually experienced the sensation, it means you actually surrendered. And when you surrender, you actually get the truth. When you stop chasing, you actually receive the truth. And we'll come to why that is in alignment with your purpose as well. So Radhika says there was a heaviness in the thymus and the third eye, and felt the cord disconnect from the throat. It felt like a rope. That's good. So that means others' opinions, things that you have wanted to say, but you have held back on, all of that gets stuck over here. So I did see that there was some energy here for some of you, and even those who are watching the replay. So always cleansing this space is very important. Cleanse your thymus and this area. Your thymus is a little lower. Cleanse your thymus and this area. This is where you store your resentment and your annoyance and just helplessness. Whatever you want to say and you're just annoyed, you are not able to tell people. It's all stored here. Jealousy. But even the good things are stored here. Even the good things that you want to say, the good thoughts, the well wishes that you want to send to others. What you don't express is stored here. So keep cleansing every day, because you know how many thoughts we go through on a regular basis, over 62,000. So we have all of that stuck here, not just in our mental body. So it's important to constantly cleanse it with the light, cleanse your third eye, allow yourself to see your body, cleanse your knees, because that's part of your purpose. It's part of moving forward. Keep unlocking them. Cleanse your entire body with that light. Keep reconnecting to source. This is a meditation you must start with every day, every morning, every night. When I choose your time, but do it. You'll be given the replay. Record this portion of the meditation. If I can, I'll do it for you. It's such an important cleansing process to talk to your body. And once you're ready, once you are well versed with how to meditate, you can do it on your own. You can choose where you want to send that energy, where you want to send that light. Ultimately, you need to be able to follow a meditative process that comes in very intuitively, not something that is guided. Because the more intuitive you become, the more you are actually in your path, right? So Nina says, felt a lot of anxiety connecting with the thymus. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because when you have a lot of thoughts, and when you have a lot of energy, a lot of ideas, why is this happening? Why that's not happening? It can create an anxiety there. So keep cleansing, keep cleansing. I had tightness in the left leg. It was very uncomfortable. That is definitely part of the fear of moving forward. I saw ropes there, I cut them, but more were coming in. So your belief is that everyone is trying to get you, right? Your belief is that others are holding you back. When others hold you back, those cords will try and keep coming in. So what you need to do is allow that light that you allowed from source to mainly engulf your leg. Because right now you need to follow your purpose, your power, your soul's path. You need to discover yourself. When you're doing that, when you're in the process of self-discovery, everyone will receive a lot of distractions. That's one of those times when everyone will try to stop you. The people outside you will try and stop you. They will sense energetically, and they'll come and try and break that pattern of yours of trying to move forward. Right? So you have to send protection so that you can grow and evolve in your own way. So keep cutting those cords, keep pulling them out like weeds. and visualize you're creating a barrier around you so that no one can actually come in. And it will actually happen. The more you practice it, it'll become your foundation. Creating that barrier for yourself is not separating you from others. It's not isolating yourself. It's allowing you to tell others energetically that this is what I choose to focus on. And what you're bringing to me is not a part of that. And that's okay. So they'll go somewhere else. Or they will shift and bring you an energy that is healthy for you. So you will no longer have people distracting you or telling you what needs to be done, what shouldn't be done. They'll go and figure out their own thing. Now, if you start chasing them, that's a completely different story. So we'll come to those things. Thank you for sharing your experiences. So our topic today is the purpose power. It's basically how to help you discover your purpose and how to actually how to live in it. Once you discover, it's not enough to just discover, you have to live your daily life via that purpose, right? You cannot see the screen then. Okay. Now, what is a purpose? A purpose for something. What is the purpose of going to school or going and getting an education or working or feeding your child? So it is the reason for doing something, right? It's your why. It's not what you do. So the things that we hear, my purpose is to become a leader. My purpose is to help other. My purpose is to help other people. My purpose is to become a dancer. My purpose is to become an accountant. That's not your purpose. That's what you do. That's a career. That's one aspect of your life. The purpose is the why. Why do you want to do it? And that is something that is going to be there everywhere in every aspect of your life. And it's going to be different. Each time you, each month, your purpose is going to be different. Every day, your purpose will be different. Every year, it's going to be different. And you'll have multiple. Your life purpose will be different. Your soul's purpose will be different. But they will all complement each other. So I can sit here and say my soul's purpose is to learn self-love. In fact, one of the soul purposes is to love themselves, is to grow spiritually and evolve, learn things. But you can learn in any form. So then you have a life purpose, maybe to help other women, maybe it's to help a lot of children at some point in life. So, but what leads you? You cannot live your daily life thinking, okay, I have to help children. I have to help children. What about the rest of your life? What about your relationships? What about your career? What about your hobbies? What about your self-discipline, your self-love, your self-worth? So you have to look at your purpose as just a reason why you want to do what you're doing. Okay. And we'll zone in on that. We'll get into that soon. So you look at, the purpose of meeting someone. Look at the purpose of doing a project, the purpose of having an experience. You want to travel just to be happy. Okay, then that's your purpose. But if you decide that you want to travel just to feel happy, and if anything else happens, that is in alignment with your happiness, but your ego cannot accept it. For example, you want to go sailing, and chances are, if you actually go sailing, you may actually have a bad experience, and therefore you're not able to do it. But you force yourself to do it, and you're not aware of the consequence, then you'll start getting distractions. You'll start feeling pain. You'll start getting annoyed. And you'll feel sad again. Your purpose shifts, your why shifts. So this is something that you have to constantly remind yourself of, especially in the beginning. Setting an intention is great, but you need to follow through. Following your purpose is amazing for decluttering. You have health issues, you have negative limiting beliefs, you have drama going on in your life. Someone said this, someone said that. You're having fights with your partner. Focusing on your purpose will resolve 3/4 of your problems. Now, when you meditate, when you heal, when you work on yourself, your energy increases, right? Today, what we did, we meditated, we brought in that energy from source. Now your energetic field is improved. The flow has improved. You have a lot of energy. Now, if you don't direct it into a purpose, if you don't give it a, a goal, and if you don't give that goal a why, you will immediately experience some sort of distraction and the drama will come back again because you're going to go back to your comfort zone. Your body will think, okay, I don't know what to do with all this, so let me waste it and then get back in, let me waste it with, chaos and drama and problems, and then get back to the comfort zone where, again, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I'm demotivated, I'm unhealthy, I'm tired. And anxious thoughts, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? That comes in because you lack purpose. ADHD comes in because you lack purpose. Tiredness comes in because you lack purpose. So having a purpose is the best thing for your health, for your wellness, for everybody's wellness. It's not just for you. Forget about helping other people. This is just for your own well-being. It's not about following your joy. It's not about what feels good. It's just about you have your resource, you've asked for it, you have it. Now, are you going to use it well? Or are you just going to let it scatter all around? Okay. So, tip number 1 to help you find your purpose. Look at where in your life you have had to take the leadership role. Something or somewhere in your life where you had to teach yourself. The information that was available was not enough. The information that was available was not enough to help you break out of your challenges, your problems, your drama. So you decided to do something and you did it your way. So you need to reflect. Is there anyone here who just off the top of your head has some idea, something that you did yourself, you had to figure out on your own? Everyone will have it, not just one instant. You'll have multiple instances, especially in your teenage or young adult life. Maybe everyone gave you opinions, but somewhere you brought in your creativity, your originality, and it worked for you. And maybe today you advise other people with the same thing. Yes? Okay. Do you want to share? You can share it on the chat or so. Okay, maybe later. Okay, we'll share later. So one example I can give you is maybe I had to figure out how to study in my own way. Maybe writing everything did not help. Maybe others teaching me did not help. Maybe I had to figure out that, okay, visualization helps. I used to learn Arabic by drawing in the sky, like drawing in the air. So maybe that helps people. That used to help me remember because during exams, I used to imagine my hand movement. It was a very kinesthetic thing. That's not something I learned from others. Maybe I learned to use visualization as a way to remember things. Maybe I learned to use movement as a way to remember things. So that's one thing. And now today I can create and curate meditations on my own by doing it myself because over the years, I have realized that my way also works. It doesn't just work for me, but it works for others as well. Especially for people who are so used to following structure. Now, when you have created your own structure, you can give them that structure. So think about a time, this will take some reflection, but set an intention and think about a time when you became your own leader. That'll help you identify which direction you can go in. It'll help you identify your qualities as a leader. It'll help you build up your self-worth. Okay. Next one, your personal values. I talk about this in every session and I'll probably keep talking about this. You need to know what your values are, your core values, your personal values. Personal values are nothing but your central beliefs and the foundation, the tenets that guide your actions. So some of them are written here, like your like courage, respect, honesty, integrity, accountability, authenticity, teamwork. So if, say, for example, I'm in a relationship and the person on the other side is someone who values independence, you need to, or self-sufficiency, you need to be able to do everything by yourself. I value teamwork. I value teamwork more than self-sufficiency. So for me, it's important that we do things together. It's not that I cannot be self-sufficient, but it's more important because it gives me a sense of comfort. It gives me a sense of safety, a belongingness. So those become my most important values. So maybe if I feel uncomfortable and I feel inauthentic, I feel like I'm betraying myself when I have to do things on my own. So you can have multiple core values, but what I want you to do is find out your top 5 personal values from your close relationships and projects. These are your non-negotiables. What are things that you will absolutely not negotiate on? I just cannot stand deception, dishonesty. Trust, honesty, integrity are very, very important for me. If someone breaches that, I don't care how good-hearted they are or what their reasons were. They could have been threatened or held at gunpoint, whatever it is. I don't want them in my inner circle. That's a core value. Your technique is bad, but a lot of the times you find your core values by going through pain. So once you identify your top 5 personal values, if you have an idea of what your personal values are, you can put it in the chat. Once you identify your top 5 personal values, align them with your goals and your relationships. So first you looked at your relationships and your projects and everything, and you've seen, okay, money, materials, comfort is important for me. Probably because, you went through poverty and you didn't have enough. That's very important for me. Maybe authenticity is important. Maybe it's so important that I lead people. I cannot sit without leading. I always have to teach someone something, share some knowledge, help others move forward. So I've got my first 5 core values. Now I need to look back at my goals, my list of goals, the things that I want to accomplish, and see why do I want those things? Are any of those goals in alignment with my values? So for example, I want to go out and perform somewhere. Because, I don't think about the reason. I just want to go out and perform. There's no purpose, there's no thought involved in this. Now I can go and look at it, knowing my values, I can go back, look at that goal and see, okay, maybe I want to perform because I want to experience fame. I want others to see me. I want just to feel heard and just get that exposure or whatever people talk about. Maybe if happiness is my goal, that's not really the priority with that. If happiness is my value, my priority is not happiness there. My priority is to be seen and be recognized and be applauded, if that is not in my set of personal values, then it's not in alignment with me. It's not in alignment with my truth. So either I change the goal, or I change, or I repurpose it. So I say, no, I'm going to perform because it makes me feel happy. And if it's the truth, it will happen. If it's not the truth, it will fall away. Okay. So commitment, trust, support, reliability, communication. Amazing. Amazing. So these are personal values that you absolutely cannot live without. Now, everything that you do in your life, every relationship that you get into, every connection that you have with a person, you need to experience these. If you don't experience these, it's going to feel soul crushing. If it's not soul crushing, then that's not a value of yours. It's not a priority. Your values can change if you do regular inner work, but most of the time it remains the same for your entire life. Transparency, honesty, integrity, trust, ethics. Amazing. So morality seems to be a very strong thing for you, Namrita.
Can I share, I think, a small
Yes.
thought?
Yeah.
Like in terms of when you said, we would not compromise on our values or, personal values. Like, for example, when we try and do some investments in India, you have these mutual funds, shares and stuff. So as a matter of fact, practice or out of the personal values, we do not invest in, say, anything which is pharma, tobacco, or alcohol based industries, even hospitals for that matter. So these four areas are a complete no despite having an idea that how much the shares can go up and down, or mostly up, unfortunately. But yeah, so for us it's very mandatory that any of this kind, because tobacco, alcohol, even if it is, these industries are doing very well nowadays, but we have a no investment for those. So that's what I do not know if it synchronizes with what we are talking, but I think yes, partially, because that's a straight, I mean, in the practical world. Otherwise, in a smaller version, we all keep doing, but just sort of sharing this.
Thank you for sharing. It definitely
Thank you.
does align. So that tells you that these are things that you'll absolutely not compromise on. It's a non-negotiable. Authenticity is very, very, very important for you. And it's important for a lot of people. So when you don't follow something authentically, or if you don't do something from a space of authenticity, then it's not in alignment with your purpose. It's not in alignment with your goal. So one of the ways you can find your purpose is by evaluating what your personal values are and where you have applied them. You start applying your personal values into everything that you do and remove the things that don't align. You will automatically align yourself with your purpose. Right? Okay. Number 3, follow your joy, then follow your purpose. So earlier we spoke about it's not about joy. This is the one space where you actually involve yourself in self-love. Everything to do with self-love, improve your self-worth, improve your confidence, do things for yourself, take rest, take care of yourself. Once you fill all your childlike needs, all the nurturing that is required, the playfulness, the food, the health, once those things are fulfilled, that's also part of purpose, right? That's also one of the things. You're there to also experience self-love. So once all that is done, then you focus on your goals. Now, these things go hand in hand. You have to take care of yourself every day, right? And you will be living in your bigger purpose also every day. So you cannot serve from an empty cup. That's what it means. First, allow yourself to feel safe and calm, then think about the bigger picture. Sometimes the bigger picture brings you safety. Sometimes focusing on your nurturing and self-love journey doesn't make you feel safe. which means there's healing that needs to be done there. If you're constantly focused on helping other people and the bigger picture and always needing to know the big why am I here? Some people are driven to help other people only and not themselves. That's a lack of self-love. So that's why following your joy is important. If you are right now in a place where you're not feeling like yourself, you can't feel your body, you don't know what you're experiencing, there's too much chaos, the first thing is to follow your joy. The thing that lights you up even just a little more than the experience that you're having right now. Once you follow that and keep following that, you will inevitably reach your purpose. Fourth thing is having an abundance mindset. So these are the questions you need to ask yourself. If you had all the resources, the time, the support, what would you do with it? You may say, I'm going to donate a lot of my stuff to the orphanage, maybe to other countries that need it. And maybe you get a lot of money and you end up not doing it. Oh no, I need to pay off this debt. I joined this course. I need to pay off the loan there and this and that and this and that. I need to buy a house here. I need to give money to my parents. So imagine you have more than enough and very realistically ask yourself, what would you do with it? Okay, what would you do with your resources? What if you forgave everyone on this planet? This is an abundance mindset. What if you didn't have problems with other people? So your purpose is not to fix others. So what if you didn't have any problems with others? What would you do with your time, with your energy? What if everyone loved you for who you are? So you no longer have an excuse of, okay, if I follow my passion and my purpose, like I follow my joy, I help other people, I help myself, I'm empowering others. My my partner will be annoyed with me because I don't have enough time. But you have time. We're asking, the question is, you have all the time, the resources, nobody has a problem with you, everyone's supporting you, everyone's there for you. In that space, who are you? What are you doing? There are no problems. That's an abundant mindset. So if in your visualization, you don't have any problems, in your present also, you won't have any problems. The problems are coming in as distractions. It's like that little child complaining, no, but I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling motivated. I don't feel energetic enough. I have A, B, and C to do. I'm tired. But what if you were not tired? What if you had all the health? I will do work and then I'll get tired again. No, but what if you have health forever? You will never run out of energy. What will you do then? Okay. What if you never had to sacrifice or compromise anything ever again? You don't have to give up your health. You don't have to give up your resources where it's not necessary. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. That's unhealthy for you. What if life delivered everything to your doorstep? You don't have to chase. You open the door, there's money. You open the door, there's groceries. You open the door, you have support, friends, celebrations, surprises. People are buying you flowers. They're very happy. You are very happy. What if all that happiness was delivered to your doorstep? What would you do then? So do you all want to do this exercise now as a meditation? Yes, no. Let's do it. We'll clear your abundance blocks. Okay? Clearing old beliefs. So close your eyes, sit back, relax. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Imagine that source energy falling from the top of your head down to your feet. And go back to that focal point above your head, a few inches or centimeters above your head, where you can see everything that's going on around you. When you look down, you can see your body. You can feel it, you can experience it. When you look up, you can see the light that's coming, that's falling down on you. And allow this light to just bathe you. Bathe yourself in pure unconditional love. Okay. Now I want you to imagine traveling up this light to the source. Keep going up higher and higher, past all the planets, the galaxies, the Milky Way, your ancestors, souls who have passed away. You see all the universes, you're standing at the edge of the universe. Very quickly and spontaneously. Travel all the way up to the source till all you see around you is beautiful white light. Just pop yourself in like you're popping yourself into a bubble. And I want you to look down at your body, your life, your reality. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Look at your life. Look at the things that are working out for you. Maybe it's your relationships. Maybe it's watching others be happy. Maybe it's the part of your life where you're watching TV, television, or videos that makes your heart smile. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's watching others do really well. Maybe it's watching yourself helping others. Maybe it's knowing that you always have food on the table for you. I want you to take some of this light into your hand. Imagine you're just grabbing the light like you're grabbing a bunch of clouds. And I want you to send it to all those places that make you feel good. Enhancing it, enhancing the energy of that. So those relationships, fill it with light, more and more light, as much as possible. Your downtime, your rest time, your sleep time, fill it with light. Your relationships, your friendships, fill it with light. And keep taking light and sending it. To all the material things, don't forget about the material things. Those are very important. Your food, the money, the career, someone giving you money when you ask for it. Send light. Keep sending light. You may like it, you may not like it, you may agree with it, you may not agree with it. But if it gives you something, if it helps you in a positive way, send light. Send it to your well-wishers, the people who think about you, randomly text you. Your mentors, your students, your colleagues. So I'll send it to all of you for showing up always. Keep sending that love. And now just witness and look around. What spaces are dark? What areas in your life don't have light? Is it inside your body? Is it a space where, someone will abandon me if I choose myself? Is it the fear of falling sick? The fear of someone taking my power away? Is it that I'm not as good as someone else? Someone's hurting me by being themselves. Someone is jealous. Someone is envious. Is it that sometimes you cannot access your intuition? Sometimes you don't know what's going on. Is it your own anxiety, overthinking, not thinking enough? Feeling poor, feeling highly dependent on someone else, feeling worried for others, for your partner, for your kids, for your future. Witness, visualize. What you're going to do is you're going to take light into your palm, into the palms of your hands, like the cloud, and I want you to send it, direct it to your throat. Your thymus, above your thymus. I want you to push it down. If it's coming out, push it back down. Push it into your throat from the top of your head. Force it down with the intention that I'm ready to receive love and support. With the intention that if I had everything I have ever wanted, everything that I have ever needed, and more, I will still be myself. I will still be grateful. I'll still experience calmness and balance. I will still be wanted and loved. Let's teach you what all of this feels and looks like. So just give me a yes in your mind. Thank you. And I just want you to stay in that light while I quickly clear out some beliefs for you. All you have to do is say yes in your mind. Source will hear you. And just focus, sense, feel, and remain in that experience. Let's teach you what it means to experience joy, what it means to have fun in your life with purpose. That your purpose can be to just be happy. That you can look at life larger than yourself. That you can experience joy, happiness, love, rest, time, even when you're supporting others with good intention. Let's teach you that it is good, healthy, and safe to serve others without sacrificing yourself. That others deserve your service. And you deserve their love, their support, their collaboration. You deserve to see them, watch them grow. You deserve to see yourself grow. You deserve to see yourself grow, empower yourself, empower others with knowledge, without scarcity. It teaches you that you can hear yourself. It's safe to hear yourself, hear your own truth. Without needing to be deaf to others' opinions, that others are allowed to say what they want, and you can listen with compassion without needing to absorb what they're saying as your own opinions, as your own feelings, as your own thoughts. And let's teach you what it feels like to live in space, create space for yourself and live comfortably in space. How to declutter. That space is your friend. It's healthy for you. Chaos is unhealthy for you. Space is so important. It's not about detaching or isolating yourself from others. It's about giving yourself the space to hear your own voice. And let's teach you what it feels like to stop questioning yourself and start taking action. You don't always have to know what's going to happen. You can just do things without knowing. And let's teach you how to protect yourself. Let's get you into a protector energy where the moment you look at someone who you are able to help and who's ready to receive your support, you're able to do so with from the space of a protector archetype without needing to sacrifice yourself. This archetype is very, very important. This is what is going to push you. You know, if something happens to your pet or your child or someone you love, it doesn't matter whether they like you or they don't like you. The first job is to get them to safety, health, nutrition. You won't care if your child is upset with you. You need your child to eat food, right? Especially if that child is 2, 3, 4 years old. So that's when you activate that motherly protective energy. You're not taking responsibility for the other person, but you're taking care of what is yours. So treat yourself like that child. Let's teach you what that looks and feels like. And let's also teach you how to live without drama, how to focus your energy, focus your valuables, your resources into something that will give back to you. Allow any distracting noises to come in and be a part of you. It's just resistance, it will flow. So let's teach you what it feels like to embrace what's going on the outside. You can grow through any chaos when it is in your highest good. Now I want you to look down into your life and see where there are still black spots, darkness. And I want you to send light there. And very intuitively affirm in your mind when you're sending that light what needs to be said. So if there's a fear of abandonment still, send that light there. I will never be abandoned. You will never be abandoned. I'm never abandoning you. It's impossible to feel abandoned. And send that light there. Similarly, do it with the other areas. And I'm also going to ask Source to clear all this energy out for you. And let's align you with your values. Let's teach you what it feels like to know what your values are, to be aware and lead your life from your personal values, from your core values. Now I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Gently and slowly open your eyes. Drink some water. Allow the healing will keep happening. If you want, you can watch the replay again for these videos. It will, for this energy, it will keep happening. Okay. It'll work. Okay. Are we all back? Just give me a yes. How are you feeling? Yes, okay. Whew. Did you guys see the light? There was a lot of light. Okay. So next one is how to break the pattern of stagnancy. In fact, how to break any pattern. So one of you asked me to talk about this. So if you have limiting beliefs that are actually stopping you, like I said earlier, 3/4 of your problems will go when you follow your purpose, when you find your purpose and you start working towards it. But you will still have some limiting beliefs, like the fear of being seen, of being heard, someone taking away everything that you've worked for, someone, sending black magic, evil eye, this, that, jealousy, envy, all of this will show up and that'll affect you. That's the fear. The fear is that it'll actually affect you and it will stop you. So when your fear is that something's going to hurt you or stop you or take something away from you, you will be left with nothing. You will end up not doing anything. So it's again stagnancy. That's why it's breaking the pattern of stagnancy. So you can either wait for the worst to happen and then break the pattern. Okay. So if you've not broken the pattern and you're waiting for the worst thing to happen, or you can decide you deserve better and break it now. So you can imagine, that's why we, in certain modalities, we look at, okay, what's the worst possible thing that can happen if this keeps happening to you? Because we don't need to experience the worst. You can visualize it and you can release, you can break the pattern. So we'll come to the breaking part of it. What thoughts are stopping you from breaking the pattern? You need to look at these. What thoughts are stopping you from breaking the pattern? So if it's a pattern of falling sick before everything, before an event, if it's a pattern of feeling just tired or demotivated, or I just don't feel like doing it, it's just not in alignment. Yesterday I felt like doing, today I don't. That's a pattern. That's a limiting belief, and it's a pattern. So what are those thoughts that are stopping you from breaking the pattern? Why don't you want to break the pattern? What will you lose if you break the pattern? Weigh that cost and benefit. Is it worth keeping the limitation in exchange for the comfort of staying where you are? Is it worth falling sick and remaining sick in exchange, as opposed to, you're never going to actually go out and perform or be seen or actually help people? Is it worth it to just be sick and like stay where you are? Or just feel tired and, demotivated and stay where you are? For some people, it's worth it. That means your purpose is not big enough. It's not your purpose. It's probably someone else's that you have, heard and learned. Your purpose doesn't have to be career driven, right? It could be anything. So weigh the cost and benefit. This is how you break the pattern of stagnancy. Weigh the cost and benefit. What is the cost for living with this pattern your whole life? You need to ask yourself these questions, journal it, answer it. These are not rhetorical questions. You need to sit with it. If you don't sit with it, the pattern will continue. So, what is the cost for living with this pattern your whole life? For the rest of your life, you're going to be sick. For the rest of your life, you are going to feel demotivated. For the rest of your life, you're going to be afraid of being seen. And you're always going to be an introvert, or not an introvert, but just isolated in your own space. What is the cost of that? What will you lose? What do you have to give up? Okay. Will things be the same as it is today? Will they get worse? Will you go into depression and then like becomes worse and worse and worse into really bad states? Or and will other people leave you? What happens if you break the pattern? Consider this a journal exercise. Once you break the pattern, you will actually be able to find your purpose. What happens if you break the pattern? The pattern of not knowing, not having clarity, not having focus. It's very similar to asking yourself, how is this serving me? This is an easier exercise, but it's more comprehensive. This exercise requires you to be very real with yourself. It's that tough love energy. So what happens if you break the pattern? Is it a good thing that's going to happen? Is it a bad thing? Will you feel uncomfortable? Being in your purpose is not comfortable in the beginning. It's never meant to be. Comfort is where you are right now. If you are comfortable in your purpose, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel like rainbows and unicorns and all of that. But if you're someone who feels driven, who's passionate, you will remain in your purpose. It's not going to be worth anything. For me, it's not worth. I cannot see someone in a really bad state for too long, especially if you have the power to help them out. I cannot. So yes, I work on myself. Yes, I fill my own cup. I do what is necessary. You need to have your boundaries and all of that intact. I don't have to overgive. I don't have to help every single person that I meet, because then you're overgiving. So you make a career out of it. You help the people who want to be helped, who give you something in exchange. Fear of hurting others. Yeah, that's a that is that's the fear that'll happen once you break the pattern. Then you have to go deeper. So what's the cost of remaining isolated for the rest of your life? What will you lose then? What will you gain then? So once you figure that out, then you do the throat chakra work. Write letters to your inner child. Tell the child how wonderful you've become through the challenge or pattern you're facing. It's amazing that you feel isolated, and you're afraid of being isolated, you're afraid of hurting others, you're afraid of being abandoned, and um, being the jealous one, being the black sheep of the family. It's amazing because today you're able to fit in, and you're able to experience belongingness. Today you're able to be assertive and provide knowledge and information. Today you're able to be very strong and resilient. Like, no matter what happens, you don't give up. You keep trying. You keep looking for reasons to get up every single day. Those are the good things. So you write that as letters to your inner child. Journal it out. Okay. And then you give yourself a goal every single day. So when you journal, you've released the energy. Then you give yourself a goal every single day. It's important, others you'll go back into the same pattern. If you are stuck in a pattern, it's because you are wasting your energy. You don't have a goal, and that goal doesn't have a purpose. Or you have a goal and it's not in the purpose is not in alignment. So once you start showing up for yourself, it's time to set action-based goals. You writing that letter to your inner child is you telling yourself, I'm there for you. I'm there for myself. Self-love. Once that aspect is done, the healing happens, the integration happens very automatically. You don't have to know how, you don't have to know why. It's not your job to know everything, right? It's your job to live your life here. Now you give yourself a goal every single day with a challenge, a small challenge, something a little outside your comfort zone. Not that, okay, sometimes just eating food is a goal. Yes, if you're someone who doesn't eat 3 meals a day, it is a goal. It is a challenge. But once you overcome that and you master that, then you have to set a higher goal. Maybe it's about drinking. For me, one of them was to drink water every day. For some people, it's to get up and take a shower every day. That's fine. Those are very basic things. Maybe it's about sending a message to someone. Maybe it's about starting something, just moving forward in your career, in your relationship. So set a challenging goal. It doesn't have to be very, very challenging. It could be a little challenging, but it will improve your self-worth and confidence so that you can take big leaps in the future. Okay, does that make sense? So follow this if everyone needs this. I follow it. I think everyone should follow it. It breaks a lot of patterns. Okay. Now, what do you do once you find your purpose? All of this will help you find your purpose. Okay. Now, what do you do after you find your purpose? You need to assess and declutter. So remember, we spoke about the personal values. Look at your emails, what you listen to, podcasts, videos, your thoughts, your beliefs. If you do regular inner work and you keep breaking patterns, limiting patterns, then whatever you listen to, whatever you've subscribed to will keep changing. Your thoughts will keep changing. So look at why you allowed those things into your space in the first place. Why did I subscribe to this? Why did I say yes to going out with this friend? I do some healing and all of a sudden I realize, okay, maybe like my why wasn't healthy. Stop convincing yourself that it is healthy when it's not. Okay. And take a look at your personal values and see, okay, is this in alignment with anything? No. But is it bad that I want to go out with them? It's not bad, but it's not in alignment. So it's not going to be healthy for you. So that's where you need the courage to declutter, assess and declutter certain things. Decluttering people doesn't mean you cut off. It means you have a boundary. Okay. Unsubscribe to certain emails. If a social circle is bothering you for a very long time, it's time to have the courage to leave it. It's time to have the courage to say, okay, it's probably good for other people. Right now, it's not serving me. I'm just going to keep my distance. Have the courage to do those things. Are they still in alignment with where you want to go right now? If not, detach, repurpose, or declutter. You can change your goals, or you can change the way you approach your goals. You can still get what you want with a different reason. You can still stay subscribed on that email list with a different reason. There's good you can get from everything, but make sure it's in alignment with your personal values. Treat your purpose like it's a relationship. So you don't get into a relationship or form a connection with someone and immediately, that person's your heaven on earth and you're like completely there, fully trusting and you give yourself completely. That's not how it normally works. A relationship is ongoing. You keep learning, you keep growing. Okay. It gets you with your people, your kind of person, the compatible people, right? And it's mutually beneficial. It helps both people, it helps both parties. What you want is a compatible relationship. Your purpose is a compatible relationship with your goal. Okay, so it takes time to grow and improve based on compatibility. Make choices that benefit everyone. So if it's career focused, then say, for example, I help children find their career path. Okay. Um, so that they can get clarity, focus. That's the purpose, so that they can, feel freedom and all of that, whatever my purpose is. Now I'm going to build a relationship slowly. So I cannot expect myself to know how to get those things done on day one. I need to earn the trust. I need to foster safety. I need to make sure everyone involved feels good, feels protected, feels safe. So my actions will be associated with those things. So I talk to them, I counsel them, I listen, I get to know, I empathize. And then I change my goals accordingly. I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for everyone involved. So make sure you keep everyone involved. A lot of the times we try to start something by keeping only the other person in our mind, the client is everything. Or we keep only ourselves in our mind, no, self-love is everything. No, both are involved. So you can find your kind of people, your soul circle, your soul clients, your soul family, only if you think about everyone, like the mutual benefit. Okay. This is something that most people miss out on. We start the healing journey for ourselves and then we get stuck there. It's time to think outside of yourself. Have regular check-ins. Come back every day, every week, every month, whatever it is. Come back and recheck. Are your goals still in alignment with you? Do you still want what you want? Always reconnect with yourself and ask, why am I doing this? Remind yourself, especially in the beginning. The first 3-4 years, you need to keep reminding yourself till it becomes ingrained in your body that, okay, I already know that I'm doing this for so and so purpose. So you will automatically take decisions based on that. But till the time it becomes a habit, it becomes a pattern in your body, in your consciousness, come back to it, recheck. Be honest with yourself. I do this, I personally do this with every single task, whether it's the food that I eat or the clothes that I wear, the smallest things when I wake up, when I sleep, the people I talk to. Check-in is so important. It becomes a habit to check in. So if you want to go deeper in your self-exploration journey, this will become a huge part of your life. Practice consistency. You can't say that you don't feel like doing something and not do it. In the beginning, you will not feel like doing it. Discipline is your best friend. Follow a self-care routine that ensures boundaries, reflection, and makes it very simple and spacious. Make the self-care routine very simple and spacious so that you know it's healthy for you, so that you know it's not bad for you. So there's a difference between don't always rely on your emotions. Your emotions are not your intuition. Your intuition is not developed till you explore discipline as well, till you explore consistency. So do your best to make things simple and easy, but building that foundation work is not always easy. You'll find a lot of resistance when you're building that foundation. Allow it, break the pattern, do the inner work, and move forward. Do the inner work and move forward. Your goals are, it's not that your dreams and your goals are not for you. You just need to have a different perspective. Once you get that different perspective, it'll happen. Consistency and discipline doesn't always feel good. There are days it's not going to feel good at all, but you do it anyway. There are days you don't want to wake up and parent your kids, but you do it anyway. But you figure out a way with your partner. You figure out, okay, I'm at 2% today, you're at 20%. So the person who's at 20% will take a little more responsibility. Communicate, figure out a way. Okay. Explore and make mistakes. You're allowed to deter and explore. You will fall off the wagon, but you'll come back with lessons. You'll come back with new wisdom, and that's okay. You're never not in your purpose. When we talk about following your purpose, we're talking about being conscious and aware of what you're doing. So there are times when it's going to get overwhelming and you need to take a step back and you need to relax and rest because you don't know how to take rest and you don't know how to live a balanced life, which is fine. But till the time you get to that point, it's going to be challenging. So allow yourself to explore and make those mistakes. You can't say, I used to meditate, nothing was wrong. Now suddenly I get thoughts and I get distracted and this and that. I still get distracted when I meditate. There are times my intuition's completely blocked off because I'm highly resistant. But you show up anyway because what's backing that is trust that it's going to work out. It's the wisdom that it's necessary. It's the wisdom that this experience is important. I don't know how. It's irritating, it's annoying, and it's bothering me so much to not feel that control. Maybe I just need to surrender. So allow yourself to grow through each experience. The journey is never a straight line, right? And do it even if it feels heavy. This is what we spoke about earlier. Heaviness is not a good enough reason to avoid your path. Feelings are not the same as intuition. Follow your feelings to understand yourself. Take decisions based on your experiences, your personal values, your passion, and an abundance mindset. Everything that we discussed in part one. Based on that is what you take decisions on, not just your feelings. Don't simply isolate your feelings and then follow that. Okay. And be aware, understand your body's language. Sometimes your intuition speaks through feelings. It doesn't have to, but for some people it does. For some people, your intuition's telling you protect yourself, but you don't listen, and then you feel tired. So the tiredness is not your intuition. That's a response to you not listening to yourself. So that's a pattern you need to break. Okay, how are we all doing with content? Are you able to understand? Okay. Now, how do you deal with the chaos that comes with life in general? I have to do this and that, and I have so many goals, I have so many ideas. All of these things make me happy. You need to be able to pace yourself, right? So, one thing is accept people for who they are. A lot of the times, our goals, we get overwhelmed with goals is because we are not able to accept things as they are. So, learn to accept people for who they are, accept situations for as they are. It's not wrong, it's not bad. You don't have to fix it, you don't have to problem solve. So if everything's absolutely perfect, what would you do? Abundance mindset. So if I didn't, if my client was 100% healthy, would I want to talk to them? Nah. Okay, it's not my purpose. If my client is 100% healthy, would I want to talk to them? Yes. I want to know their journey. I want to know their experience. Okay, let's go ahead with it. Okay. Learn a self-healing technique. Learn a healing technique for yourself. Some of you have learned, you're not using it. Some of you have learned and you're using it a lot. Some of you have not learned. Learn something simple. If meditation's not enough, sorry. Because I've realized the wealth of information we give you. There's no point in you coming to a webinar or a class, getting the information and going if you don't actually incorporate it. You have to practice like you practiced your math tables, you practiced your vocabulary. You have to practice. Do it. When you start, you realize the importance of it. Till then, you don't value your own knowledge. You don't value the knowledge that someone else on the other side is sitting and giving you. And you will ask so many questions. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you will ask a lot of questions. And people will come and ask you so many questions, and you'll keep giving them advice. But it doesn't change, right? It doesn't change the fact that you're still in that bad space. So learn a healing technique and do it, practice it with anyone, even if it's by yourself. If it's by yourself, you don't have to worry about embarrassing yourself. Practice, practice, practice. How is the distraction making you feel comfortable? You need to keep asking yourself this. Any chaos that comes in, anyone comes in with some drama, ask yourself, how is it making me feel comfortable? Because it's your comfort zone. It is a question you can ask. If you don't want to ask, and if you just want to dive into the inner work, you can do that. You can just accept that the distraction is there. If you have very healthy boundaries, you'll be able to tune out of it. Be wise with your decision. Okay. One last energy clearing to cure the disease of thinking too much. So if you're ready, you can close your eyes, sit back, relax. It's just an energy clearing, so you can just sit back and allow yourself to receive. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I want you to imagine your entire room, the room that you're in, whatever the size, that's a bubble. That's your mental body. That's where all your thoughts are. So if you have pets around, if you have furniture around, with the edges, the sharp edges, the soft edges if you have kids running around. Candles, your wardrobe, your clothes, your carpet, chair, whatever it is, technology. It's all around you. That's in your mental body. And I just want you to experience what it feels like to have this mental body. Just feel your mental body. What are you experiencing there? I'm going to fill this mental body with love and light. And you can just say yes to receive this healing in your mind. Okay. So let's fill your mental body with a lot of light. That it's safe to know and still be calm. That you know how to think, how much to think, and when to let go, when to surrender. And you're able to very easily surrender. Let's teach you also on all levels what that looks and feels like to just simply let go. Let's declutter, remove any thoughts, anxiety, any memories that don't serve you anymore. Things that you've watched, unnecessary things. Music you've listened to, things that people have said that don't help you anymore. Just going to pull all of that, send it to the light. So just imagine a vortex of light is coming in and sucking all of those things from the top of your head, from your mental body. You can imagine some of the things in your room just floating up into the air, into the light. These are things that you no longer need, or the energy stuck in the room that you no longer need. Allow yourself to be very intuitively guided. And let's program your mental body to feel safe in space, in having clarity, in having focus. And let all your thoughts be focused on your purpose. Let them be positive, filled with self-worth, self-value. Now I want you to imagine if you've ever done an ECG or any related uh, test, just imagine you have wires connected to your scalp, your head, your forehead. Those tiny patches just stuck on your scalp, your hair, the temples. And this is connected to source. So we're going to send an electrical signal and a chemical signal down into your brain to reprogram in the highest and best way possible. So I want you to imagine that your brain is reprogramming itself. You can see the neurons, the neural pathways, just like you've seen a lot of movies, a lot of pictures. It's like a web of things just filling itself with light. And just allow yourself to imagine it in whatever way possible, or just allow the energy to flow in. Your mindset is programming itself very easily and effortlessly into focusing you to your true path, your most authentic, joyous, self-loving path. One where you're happy, you're excited, you have a zest for life, and you follow it. You move out of wishing you could do things and actually doing it, actually living that life. It's activating all the passion. There's no more room for anxiety, depressive thoughts, people who give you depressive thoughts. You're able to channel everything, send all this energy down into your brain, your neurons, your spine, your nerves, all your nerves, all the way down to your feet. That you can experience pleasure and happiness and joy through all of this. Some of you, it's activating your throat more and more. And let's also program it with you're accessible by you're accessible to your promised people. The people who really want your help and support and who are willing to give back to you something that is mutually beneficial. That's being activated. So that's light coming in from the feet. Your feet are activating. Your Earth Star chakra, which is the bottom of your feet, is in charge of your purpose and in charge of how safe you feel in this world. So if that's activating, you'll feel that light in your feet. Let's teach you that you're already in your purpose and you're already following your dreams this moment forward. We're just going to zip up your mental bodies so that they're protected. Henceforth, whatever information you consume is on you. So if you ever want to clear your mental body, you can always come back to this recording. You can gently rub your palms together, place them over your eyes. Allow the healing to happen. And blink your eyes open. Anyone else? A lot of healing. Felt really heavy before this, now better. That's amazing. So you'll all get the recording for this. Once it's uploaded, I'll add you to the course. Saw a lot of light, feeling good now. I was so restless before this, yeah. Of course. I have this thing of experiencing people's feelings before every session. So there was restlessness, disturbance, even during the meditation. Did you guys hear the noise? There was continuous noise outside. And once it ended, it just wrapped itself up. So these things happen. Flow through it. You all know by now, right? If you have any questions, you want to share anything, you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. Great. Thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful day ahead.